In Iowa, we are fortunate to have a lot of opportunities to get involved in at our schools.
Athletics and activities have so many positive effects.
From learning how to build relationships
and healthy lifestyles,
and gain self-esteem and confidence.
Make participation a priority. You and your school will benefit.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state soccer tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. And to help celebrate this achievement, the Iowa Farm Bureau provides commemorative soccer balls for each team competing in the state tournament. These keepsakes are a great way for these athletes to remember their experience here, as well as the teammates, coaches, parents, teachers, and mentors who've all played an important role in their journey. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Good afternoon and welcome to County Soccer Complex in Des Moines, Iowa, the home of Iowa High School Athletic Association State Soccer Tournament presented by Farm Bureau. We're here on Field 7 with today's Class 1A quarterfinal between the third-seeded North Fayette Valley Tiger Hawks and the sixth-seeded West Sioux Falcons. I'm joined today by Justin Vorster for this matchup. I'm Thomas Campbell. Justin, it should be a very exciting game today. West Sioux making their first ever appearance at the state tournament. North Fayette Valley in their third, but their first time back since 2022. What do you expect to see today? What have you seen today throughout the matchups?
Every single game is right from the start. It's 100 miles an hour. Nothing wrong with that. First 5-10 minutes, set the standards, set the tone. And it's been a trend throughout the day. Been some exciting matches. But I think that's what we're going to see. But the thing is, the heat is now just taking a walk just around the complex here, getting my exercise in, you know. And I've noticed and feel it's starting to get humid. It's starting to get hot. So the sun is going to start pelting down on these guys. Especially like in the last game. Unbelievable at the end. They were all fatigued. But yeah, I'm expecting some fireworks right from the start. Like I said, 5-10 minutes out the bat, and let's see what happens.
If it's fireworks that you want, you'll have to find that with North Fayette Valley. And Lincoln Eilishman scored 29 goals across the season, one of the highest totals I have seen all year within Iowa soccer. Really just having a fantastic year, had 10 assists. And what do you expect to see from him today?
Well, it'll be interesting. To be honest with you, I need to evaluate him over the first 5-10 minutes of the first half just to get a feel of what type of player he is. Just a little bit of the unknown. But if you give me 5-10 minutes, like I did in the last game, it was amazing. Picked out some really good players from Decorah. Receiving the ball in the half turn, lots of athletic ability. Able to take on players 1v1. Not just that. It wasn't just one, it was 2 or 3 players. So it's interesting, and I enjoy when teams like this, North Fayette, come in here, West Sioux, because it makes it exciting. It's someone new schools coming in. Like you said, I mean, when was the last time these guys came here? And this is what makes it exciting. If we have anything like the last game, we're in for an absolute firecracker.
Yeah, and it should be exciting. West Sioux, in their first ever appearance here at the state tournament, they are led by Jonathan Flores-Tapate, accounting for 12 goals on the season. That led the Falcons in scoring. And then On the other side, North Fayette Valley, it was Andre Fuentes accompanying Lincoln Eilishman with 22 goals and an astounding 33 assists this year, a number that will make any mind boggle to have that many assists in a season. And with that, we'll go to a break, and when we come back, we will introduce the starting lineups and get you ready for kickoff of this Class 1A quarterfinal. You're watching free coverage of the quarterfinals provided by the IHSAA. We'll be right back with more. You're watching the 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament presented by Iowa Farm Bureau.
Sportsmanship starts with you. Good sportsmanship means showing respect to student athletes, coaches, officials, and those around you.
Good sportsmanship is about character, accountability,
and setting a positive example in and out of competition.
Before the game starts, remember,
sportsmanship starts with you.
We watch sports to see the unexpected. We play sports to feel something. Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. But our reputation wasn't given to us, it was earned. We are the rising stars, the grinders, the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. From the backyards and backfields to the back rooms and backstage, we put in the work, and we're starting to reap the rewards. We've got events wacky and wild. Big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the essence are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the state tournament presented by our Iowa Farm Bureau. And before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank the Iowa Farm Bureau for presenting the 2024 IHSAA State Soccer Tournament. As sole title sponsor of Iowa High School Athletic Association, Farm Bureau recognizes athletic and academic achievement on the field and in the classroom, helping to nurture Iowa's future leaders. We're going to turn it over to the PA broadcaster real quick on Field 7 for the team introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Iowa High School Athletic Association in the city of Des Moines welcome you to County Soccer Park in the 2024 Boys State Soccer Tournament. This quarterfinal match in Class 1A features the Falcons of West Sioux and the Tiger Hawks of North Fayette Valley. Let's meet the players and coaches of both teams. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Falcons of West Sioux, introducing their non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 3, Alan Lira Tepetti. Number 4, Rigo Lopez. Number 5, Isaac Topetti. Number 13, Manny Flores. Number 17, Leandro Lopez. Number 18, Bruno Duanez. Number 21, Adrian Paramo. And number 40, Mark Topetti. The assistant coach is Jose Azua. And now for the home team on the scoreboard, the Tiger Hawks of North Fayette Valley, introducing your non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 1, Mason Hines. Number 2, Emmanuel Hernandez. Number 4, Clayton Schaefers. Number 6, Gabe Stansberry. Number 7, Broden Frieden. Number 12, Cameron Gardner. Number 15, Zach Cruz. Number 17, Jimmy Duffy. Number 23, Kendrick White. Number 26, Trent Gam. And number 39, Damian Harnish. The assistant coach is Jacob Peterson. And now, here's the starting lineup for West Sioux. A sophomore, number 2, Dylan Cervantes. A freshman, number 7, Oscar Robles. A sophomore, number 8, Alan Flores. A sophomore, number 9, Jonathan Flores Tepete. A junior, number 10, Tranco Flores Tepete. A senior, number 11, Omar Rivera. A junior, number 14, Israel Tepete. A junior, number 16, Fabricio Tepete. A freshman, number 20, Tony Soto. And a sophomore, number 22, Jonathan Robles. Starting in goal and wearing number 1, a junior, Austin Van Egelhoven. The Falcons, with a record of 12-3, are coached by Steve Tepete. Introducing the starting lineup for North Fayette Valley. A senior, number 3, Aiden Starkweather. A junior, number 8, Kyler White. A junior, number 9, Lincoln Eichelman. A senior, number 10, Andre Fuentes. A junior, number 11, Carter Marks. A junior, number 13, Brody Schupbach. A junior, number 16, Isaac Hernandez. A junior, number 21, Gavin Grove. A senior, number 28, Micah Zerbriggen. And a junior, number 32, Declan Hines. Starting in goal, a senior wearing number 38, Trey Friedkin. The Tigerhawks, with a record of 15-3, are coached by Ignacio Fuentes. The officials for your game is assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Your center referee is Toby White. Your AR1 is Joe Masick. Your AR2 is Laura Anderson. And your fourth official is Horace Muich. The field is yours.
And welcome back into the broadcast. We're going to go over the starting lineups for each team. You just heard them, so we're going to give a quick rundown. Playing a 3-5-2 is West 2, the away team. Starting in the net, number 1, Austin Van Engelhoven. Now left to right in the defense, number 2, Dylan Cervantes. Number 10, Tranquilo Flores Tepete. Number 11, Omar Rivera. The 5 in the midfield, starting with number 16 for Pisto Tepete in a center defensive role. Number 20, Tony Soto out left. Number 14, Israel Tepete in the center, along with number 8, Alan Flores, and out right, number 22, Jonathan Robles. The 2 up top today for the Falcons will be number 7, Oscar Robles, and number 9, Jonathan Flores Tepete. Now for the home team 3-seeded Tigerhawks, they will be playing a standard 4-4-2, starting in the net. Number 38, Trey Frieden. From left to right in the defense, number 32, Declan Hines. Number 21, Gavin Grove. Number 8, Kyler White. Number 28, Micah Zerbriggen. Left to right in the midfield, number 10, Andre Fuentes. Number 16, Isaac Hernandez. Number 3, Annan Starkweather. Number 11, Carter Marks. The 2 up top will be number 13, Broder Schubach. Number 9, Lincoln Eichelman. Just set to get underway, it will be West Sioux going right to left and kicking the ball off today. West Sioux in their all-white jerseys, North Fayette Valley in their all-sky blue. So we are set to get underway in this 1A quarterfinal matchup. Ref's whistle goes. That ball played deep early by Hernandez. Knocked down, though, now with Schubach bringing it up. Will find its way all the way back to Van Engelhoven. Punt there, looking for Soto. Able to find anything, will fall to Marks, and Marks give it out to Zerbriggen down the right. That just cleared out of bounds. Back into the woods in front of the Des Moines River. West Sioux throwing. North Fayette Valley throw and taken quickly. It'll find its way over to Pete. Neither team showing as much intensity today. Justin, you did mention the heat starting to set in here at County.
Yeah, but it starts what I expected. The ball driven deep into the opponent's half. I like the powder blue though. Great color.
Does look good as this will go out for the first goal kick of the game to be taken by West Sioux.
Played short and quick. I do like that. Everything's been long, nothing really out the back, so little nudge in the back.
That ball played in, headed for Robles. Robles has it, and it is just deflected out of bounds by Kyler White there. Zubringen drives it down the line, headed for Carter Marks.
Slight miscommunication between center back and goalkeeper.
Now over with Flores. Flores just looking to get it into Robles as it's deflected away. Finds its way back into Flores. Flores looking for Flores to Pete. Unable to get there. Flores to Pete leading the Falcons in goal scoring this year with 12. Oscar Robles a close second with 11 goals, but having 14 assists on the season. That headed all the way back. It will find its way to Austin Van Engelhoven. Already having a busy day is Van Engelhoven in the back. He will send that one deep. Robles picks this up and is driving down the line, just taken out by Zubringen. Or no. Ref calls in the favor of Zubringen. Now sent over. Foul just on West Sioux as they look to get forward. Will be Kyler White to take this free kick. White captaining the Tiger Hawks today. Several captains here in the high school game. Ball just will fly out for another goal kick. Wind has really settled down here. It was quite windy earlier in the day, as long as very windy yesterday. Justin, how do you see that affecting today's game?
There was a slight cool breeze, but I think the adrenaline's pumping within the players. It's lovely. It's a great day for soccer, to be honest with you. I think it's absolutely perfect, the conditions. Minus, we don't need thunderstorms, we don't need howling gales like it was the other day, but this is absolutely perfect.
Ball just being pinballed around a little bit, will find its way up to Schubach. Rivera there with a great tackle. Now the ball played up to Robles. Got a chance. He's working against Kyler White, but White just able to push that out of bounds. As West Sioux getting deep into Tiger Hawk territory right now.
As Robles did in the opening minutes of the game, showed his pace and has got a bit of an edge about him. He's going to be a player to watch. Obviously, he did let the centre backs know fairly early in the game. Got to keep an eye on him.
Ball now controlled, being taken up by Fuentes. Fuentes down the line for Schubach. Schubach using his pace in, getting past. He will drive now towards the end line, sends a cross in. That cross headed for Ashelman, but just unable to find him. Van Engelhoven with a great collection there, as he will just send that down the field. Intended for Jonathan Flores to Pete.
It was the right height for Van Engelhoven. Nothing wrong with it. But I tell you what a great run to the byline. Showed his pace. Got to look for the cutbacks, get the extra bodies into the penalty area.
Alan Flores, they're just attempting the cross, and it will find its way out off of the foot of Declan Hines for another Falcon throw-in. Israel Tepete sends in the cross, and it's fumbled. And there is Oscar Robles to put in the first goal of the game. Just 5 minutes played. It was just fumbled by Trey Frieden as he attempted to undercut that cross. And Oscar Robles was in the perfect position, pushing his goal total up to 12 to tie the leading goal total for the Falcons as West Sioux takes the early lead.
Well, I spoke about Oscar Robles just earlier on. Got to keep an eye on him, and there he is. Pops up, doesn't mess around, finishes it first time, but what a delivery played into the penalty area on the cutback. 1-0. It's still early. This has happened earlier on in the day. Here's what Fayette need to do. They need to keep the momentum up. Go at them. They've showed it. They had the opportunity earlier on. But again, they just can't afford to keep their eye off Oscar Robles.
Hines switching the field there over to Zerbringen, who just has it taken away by Robles. Robles has got some speed, and he will throw that up the field to Tony Soto. Soto finds Jonathan Flores. Flores Tepete with the shot, and that will just fall to the hands of Trey Frieden. Not quite the strike he was hoping for there.
I think a little bit of a shock there for North Fayette. Early on, the Tiger Hawks.
Vences now throws that back in the middle, and it is intercepted by Starkweather. Robles finds it and will throw that up to Flores Tepete. Flores Tepete attempts to make the move, and it will now find itself back in the hands of West Sioux after Declan Hines turns it over. Just sent out of bounds there. West Sioux doing a wonderful job getting forward in the early stages of this game.
Setting the standards, letting North Fayette Valley know what it's all about. They're looking for a spot in the semifinals on Friday.
Oh, and a slip there. Offside to be called, though, as Flores Tepete did come back to get that ball from an offside position.
2 slips on the ball, back to back. The grass is still pretty high. Both teams still have to get used to the weight of the pass. And it is high. I noticed that in the games before. I mean, you've got to overhit the ball. Passes that were hit would have been perfect passes on turf. Just holding up slightly.
Declan Hines pushing farther up the field to take this pass. Throw-in comes in intended for Schubach. Just cleared away by Rivera, out for another throw-in.
Schubach on the far left-hand side, as we saw earlier, has a bit of pace.
Hines playing it in to Starkweather. Starkweather just unable to get anything on it. Thrown immediately back in. It's in the hand of Schmidt, and then the shot from Andre Fuentes just over the bar. Once again, back into the Des Moines River. That's the unfortunate side effect of playing here on Field 7, is that you've got the Des Moines River right behind you, and I've seen plenty of balls go back there.
Yeah, also a great opportunity there. Eichelman setting up Andre Fuentes as he picks up here. But, I mean, you see they've got something about them. I think they were a little bit nervous in the beginning.
Fuentes sends it into Ashelman and just unable to get any kind of foot to keep that in bounds. Out for another goal kick for Van Engelhoven.
They're going to go long as you can see, shaped up. We'll see the distance. The sky blue jerseys of the back line, a little bit deeper in their own half.
Rivera to take that, gets quite the foot on it there, and now it falls to Alan Flores, just tripping over the ball and give it right back over. Jonathan Robles attempting to send that ball behind the line. Rivera there, now with the ball, and you can see the speed of Oscar Robles to reach that, even with 2 defenders in front of him. That ball played to Israel Tepete. Tepete with the shot just off the foot of Kyler White.
Kyler White did enough there of Tepete. Created the space for himself to get the shot off. Good defending.
Pete on his right foot there. Thought he might just be able to bend it around White, but White just stepping in at the right time. And here comes Ashelman. Ashelman's got some speed as he goes, and he goes down, and that's a penalty. The call being made on Omar Rivera. Didn't look like a lot of contact, but it was just enough to draw the penalty there.
Did well to draw the penalty, didn't he? I think he milked it a bit, but fair play. Referee was on the other side. AR2 was on our side.
Andre Fuentes now with the chance to equalize this game. He sets, and a wonderful save by Van Engelman. But Fuentes is there to put it back in the net. Van Engelman made a perfect save. And then in the celebration, it appears Jonathan Robles down on the ground. Appears to be holding his neck.
It was after the goal was scored, and then the celebration, I believe, just a slight collision. Is that Jonathan Robles?
It is. Jonathan Robles had quite the impact on this game, throwing in a few deep passes so far. He is up and walking. Looks to be just holding his shoulder there. Likely a change coming now for West Sioux.
Andre Fuentes, after the initial attempt was saved.
Was a great save there by Van Engelhoven, but Andre Fuentes just alert as ever and finding a way to put it in the net.
Just managing to toe poke the ball into the back of the net. And then injuring Jonathan Robles in the celebration. Robles was obviously looking to try and win the ball off the rebound.
Just looked to be unfortunate. No foul play there. No intent, and it will be Rigo Lopez, the junior forward, replacing Robles for the Falcons.
Conversations happening on the far side. Goal given.
We are underway once again with Oscar Robles playing that back in, and Dylan Cervantes looking to go deep there. Just can't find it. Now it's Isaac Hernandez bringing it in. Ashelman with the header, unable to put it over to Brody Schubach on the run.
Isaac Fernandez driving the ball forward. Lincoln Eichelman winning the penalty. Did well to win it, actually.
Rigo Lopez now on the run, getting the ball from Jonathan Flores to Pete, but taken away quickly. And there's Andre Fuentes, the goal scorer, sending a deep ball in for Brody Schubach. He's got some speed down that line. Resets it in to Starkweather as Schubach attempts to get the ball back, just being shielded off there by Omar Rivera.
Schubach and Hernandez. Schubach came back in. Hernandez was looking for the give and go in behind, but the defender was too deep, so it was unable to happen. I'm surprised Schubach didn't try and take on the right back. He was isolated 1v1. He's got a few magic tricks up his sleeve from what we saw earlier on in the half.
That ball sent in, intended for Flores to Pete, and he will just be unable to get to it as Kyler White will clear that away. Cleared all the way back to Alan Flores. West Sioux on the attack once again. Ball played in and deflected to the feet of White. Just out of bounds for a Tiger Hawk throw-in.
Jonathan Flores to Pete. Didn't need to do that. The defender was facing out. Now he's giving away a free kick. An opportunity to get the ball up to the halfway line, although they win it back.
And Oscar Robles unable to keep it on his foot. Ball right up to Ashelman, who will reset it to Fuentes, and down the field comes Andre Fuentes. Sorry, not Andre. And the foul there committed by Tony Soto against Isaac Hernandez. A dangerous opportunity here for the Tiger Hawks. Will be Andre Fuentes to take this, the goal scorer off the penalty. Fuentes, a driven ball there to the back post, just headed away by Tepete. It'll find its way all the way back into the hands of Van Engelhoven. No real danger there.
Dealt with by Fabricio Tepete on the far post. Well-driven ball from Andre.
That ball headed up forward for Oscar Robles. He's got some speed and showed it earlier. But North Fayette Valley managed to deal with it. And now Ashelman plays the ball into Schubach. Schubach is free. And an amazing tackle there, but Schubach gets back on it. Slots it in the bottom corner. A phenomenal goal from Brody Schubach there. Omar Rivera made the tackle, but Schubach right on it. And North Fayette Valley takes the 2-1 lead just 10 minutes after they were trailing 1-0.
Ball given away. Great delivery in from Fuentes. And then on the far post, Schubach coming in, showed us his ability. Too many gaps within the back line here of West Sioux Falcons. Took it well. Defender didn't quite clear it, did his best. And he picked up the rebound and finished it. Great finish in the end.
Flores Tepete now getting into Robles. Robles with a shot will have it. Just wide. Almost the opportunity to equalize there for the Falcons. Substitution now. It will be Jonathan Robles returning to the game, replacing Tony Soto out here on the left wing.
3 goals in 14 minutes. We're in for some entertainment today.
Yes, we are. Robles right back on it as he re-enters the field. Ball played back for Gavin Grove. Oscar Robles giving him some trouble there. Will just slide out of bounds.
Oscar Robles showing what he's about, putting pressure. Earning a throw in.
Jonathan Robles with the ball in. It will slide through. Trey Frieden comes up to get it and looks to just be caught by the boot of Jonathan Flores Tupete, who will receive the first yellow card of the game. Frieden looks to be all right, as Flores Tupete will be replaced by Tony Soto, having to serve that 10-minute required suspension here in the high school game.
That was a close call. Goalkeeper is very lucky. He was brave in that situation. Trey Friedman. It could have been worse off, to be honest with you, Thomas.
Absolutely. Had Frieden not come out to claim that, it very well could be a 2-2 game right now. Ball played up by Israel Tepete. Finds itself in the feet of Tony Soto. Soto looking to get it to Lopez, just unable to, and here come Tiger Hawks on the counterattack. It's Starkweather bringing it up the field. He'll look for Ashelman. Ashelman will go down. Israel Tepete getting the ball. Now it's a foot race between Gavin Grove and Oscar Robles, and Grove just manages to win the race, but will send it out of bounds. Quick throw and taken by Robles. Alan Flores attempted to get it into Soto, just unable to. Comes Brody Schubach once again. And in Starkweather trying to get it up to Ashelman. Ashelman just holding up play. Starkweather over to Schubach, the goal scorer. Schubach with the shot, just covered up by Van Engelhoven.
Lovely passage of play there, some one-touch soccer, just knocking the ball around. But that you play one touch, you don't hold on to it, speed the game up when you need to. Openings like that will be created. Schubach is going to be a dangerous player. He's going to be a player to watch.
Comes Lopez down the sideline trying to find Soto with that through ball in behind. Just a little bit of miscommunication there as Soto backed off of it. Goes out there, though, for a throw-in for the Falcons. Be Lopez to take. Looking, finds Oscar Robles. Robles with a shot. No trouble there for Frieden.
West Sioux Falcons right back. Omar Rivera is going to have his hands full today with Schubach on the far side. If he gives him time and space, he's got to get touched tight to him. Can't let him turn. From what I've seen off the ball, he's given him enough time and space.
Oscar Robles just looking for the deep chipped ball into Tony Soto. Unable to find him as Trey Frieden there to collect. Frieden showing a lot of aggressiveness there as Starkweather receives the one-touch pass, and here he comes down the field trying to find Ashelman, and Ashelman tried to slot Schubach through, but just once again in the hands of Van Engelman. Being tapped around, Andre Fuentes sends that up, and Ashelman has a lot of speed, and he gets around Ashelman with the shot just off the post. And Ashelman will be very disappointed there.
Targeting the left back for
Dylan
West Sioux
Cervantes.
Falcons.
Cervantes will have his hands full today dealing with Ashelman. That ball from Starkweather, unable to find anyone. Just off the hands of Fabrizio Topete. Sorry, the body of Fabrizio Topete.
Working in the favor of the Sky Blues, North Fayette Valley. Targeting the left back, Dylan Cervantes. Using the pace of Eichelman just to get him behind, so it's working for them at this point.
That ball just pinballing through the air with a few headers will find its way out for a West Sioux throw-in on the far side. Will be Rivera to take this. Rivera's had his hands full with Schubach and Starkweather on the far side. Soto just gives it away, and North Fayette Valley on the counterattack once again with Fuentes. He'll give it over to Starkweather. Starkweather switching the field with a great pass over to Ashelman.
Ashelman creating the space for himself by stretching the line, then coming back into the space.
Free kick there awarded. The foul against Lincoln Ashelman as Jonathan Robles and him got into it just a little bit. Some very physical play.
Still 20 minutes left of the half.
Kilo Flores Tepete plays that in, looking for Oscar Robles, just sent away by Gavin Grove. Ball comes right back to him. Now it's with Oscar Robles, just managing to keep it on him. And a shot, but just in front of it is Gavin Grove. That shot was hit with quite some power as it goes all the way out to the far sideline for a throw-in.
Gavin Grove did enough just to get his body in the line of the strike.
Alan Flores played in the cross, but no one was there as Micah Zerbringen just able to clear.
Oscar Robles, when he gets on the ball, he just wants to shoot, creates that space for his right foot.
Few substitutions now for each team. Coming on is Broden Frieden and Carter Marks returning to the game. Ball sent away, and now it's sent all the way up to Ashelman. Ashelman with some quick feet there.
Diagonal ball was on as Schubach was streaming forward on the far side. He was spotted by Andre Fuentes, but the pressure came in.
Zerbringen now bringing the ball up the field, showing a little bit of pace, attempting to get it to Carter Marks, just unable to. Marks gets the ball into Frieden. Frieden now with it, sending it back over to Andres Fuente.
Andres Fuentes should have checked his shoulder. There was overloads on the far side, up against the right back.
Jonathan Flores Tepete returning to the game following his 10-minute yellow card suspension. Lopez with a throw and headed exactly towards Flores Tepete, and now headed around just a little bit.
Massive gaps between the lines here.
Both teams playing very compressed soccer. Here's Fabrizio Topete with the shot. Deflected once again.
Gavin Grove in the right place, right time. But going back to the gaps, West Sioux Falcons have got to be careful. They're committing too many midfielders forward. There's no inverted fullbacks. So one of the midfielders and one of the sixes needs to sit. One of them or two of them. My concern would be here at the back with one of the centre backs. I know they're playing three at the back, but it's a little bit out of shape at this point, to be honest with you.
Flores Sapete driving down the field into the box. Fires off the left-footed shot and just deflected away. Out for a corner. Was two Tiger Hawks there. It was Zerbriggen and Gavin Grove there to stop that. Now out for a corner. It will be Jonathan Robles to take this. Low driven ball sent away by Marks.
Dealt with on the near post.
And Ashlandman able to get it out, and here comes Marks down the far sideline. He'll get it up, and it's just cleared out by Tepete. Now out to Jonathan Robles once again. Looking in, can't quite find Oscar Robles. Now it's with Fabricio Tepete.
Tepete given enough time and space here, looking to combine.
Able to find Oscar Robles with the shot. That will just drift high, not able to get over that enough.
Fabricio Tepete was allowed time and space to come forward. There was no pressure on him.
Just 16 minutes left to play, and this has been a relatively even game despite the 2-1 scoreline in North Fayette Valley's favor.
When I saw the first goal go in from Oscar Robles, I thought, game on here. But then eventually, North Fayette Valley got into the game, showed their strength, showed what they're about. They've got the quality, especially that guy on the far side wearing jersey number 13, Brody Shupak, scoring the first goal and then second goal actually. But Andre Fuentes strengthened the midfield. Up front, Aishelman also showing strength, earning the penalty, which I thought was a dive, to be honest with you.
It was, there wasn't a lot of contact on
yeah.
it, but Fuentes upping his goal total to 23 on the season. Shupak upping his goal total to 16. Now here's Flores Tepete just down the line and unable to keep it in. West Sioux still pressing fairly high. Be another goal kick for Trey Frieden. Played deep and low. Find its way back to Flores Tepete, who's got some space now. Leaves it for Oscar Robles. Robles with the shot. Once again, just can't get over it. High and wide over. Not even really close there.
It was too lateral, did well to come around it, leaning back. It was always going to go over the crossbar. Sometimes you've got to look for other opportunities. How can we rebuild, come out again? But he's eager. He scored the first goal. He's eager to get on the score sheet again.
Sent out wide for Zerbriggen. Just unable to be kept in bounds by Marks there.
West Sioux Falcons are now gaining some momentum.
Robles unable to do anything with that. Comes for the Tiger Hawks replacing Carter Marks. That play deep, tended right for Starkweather, who just shoved a little bit as he went up for that ball. Free kick now in a dangerous position for the Falcons. Likely to try to send this into their tall striker, Jonathan Flores Tepete. Will be Tranquilo Flores Tepete to take. 10 minutes to play. Left
Sky
in
Blue
this
jerseys
first half.
holding on the top of the penalty area.
That ball played in, a phenomenal ball. Just headed over and right into the hands of Trey Frieden. Fabricio Tepete got his head on that, but just popped it up no trouble for Trey Frieden.
Lovely delivery there from Tranquilo Flores to Pete.
Oscar Robles now trying to run off to that tackle from Alan Flores.
Lots of space in the central areas here.
Ball all the way out right. Chance for Starkweather to catch up to that, and he just will get a body off to Dylan Cervantes' clearance. Ball now in the hands of Jonathan Robles, taking that down the field. Little fancy footwork there as he'll get it to Oscar Robles. Now in the hands, Jonathan Flores Tepete is free and just cleared out by Trey Frieden. Not sure how Jonathan Flores Tepete found his way behind the defense there.
I'll question if he was in a offside position. Was a deflection.
It looks like they have called that just in an offsides position.
That's given away there.
Kyler White has to do better there. It's just given away, but Declan Hines able to recover that. He gives it away too.
Sometimes they make it hard for themselves. Just play simple.
Tony Soto now driving through defense. Just loses it. Out for another Falcons throw-in.
Surprised they're not stepping up here. They're still holding the line on North Fayette.
Jonathan Robles just unable to keep that in, and it will go out for a Tiger Hawk throw-in. Up to Brody Frieden, and now taken away by Jonathan Robles. Falcons with the chance to get on the attack here. Ball played in for absolutely no one in the area code.
Kyler White just clearing the lines.
Micah Zabrigan has had his fans full over on this right side, dealing with Oscar Robles and now Jonathan Robles.
The goal scorer, Brody Schubach, is going off for a break, as he is now replaced up front by Kendrick White.
Kendrick White, the freshman.
Ashelman just laying the ball back.
Just cleared out by Gavin Grove. All the way up the field, and now it's Starkweather with the throw-in on the near side. Less than 10 minutes left to play.
I would have left it for the right back here to take the throw. Get numbers forward.
Now finds it. Dylan Robles playing it forward to Flores Tepete, and he just has too much of a heavy touch there. That ball passed back to Trey Frieden.
Declan Hines playing it back to the goalkeeper with composure. I like to see that. Haven't seen it often enough, to be honest with you.
Isaac Hernandez getting in behind the defense. He'll fire in a pass to Ashelman. Just dealt with now Andres Fuente. That ball cleared. It'll be a foot race. Oscar Robles has got the pace. Just headed back. Kyler White does well to head that back to Trey Frieden.
Frieden plays a higher line. He'll be able to collect that. Difficult one to deal with. Like you said, it was off to the races as that ball was played over.
Ball played in deep for Kendrick White. Will find its way all the way back to Austin Van Engelman. Another deep ball headed away by Grove. Once again, these teams just trading deep passes at this point.
That's it. I like to see that. Just keep possession. Look the other way. No one's showing for it though on the far side. No one's coming into the pocket of space so that it could be switched.
Gavin Grove just losing it out of bounds.
Andre Fuentes looked to his left. Nobody was showing.
Another substitution is Rigo Lopez coming back onto the field, replacing Tony Soto. Ball played in for Oscar Robles. Robles attempting to fire the shot, can't find anything. Jonathan Robles just losing the race to Micah Zabrigan there to keep that in. Will go out for a West Sioux throw-in on the near side. Jonathan Robles with the cross, just sent away. Well done by there by Kyler White.
Good defending, good pressure there, tracking back.
Kendrick White did well.
Rivera.
White now able to get it as it pins ball around. White attempting to lay it off for Frieden, and after some challenges, it will eventually find its way to the feet of Broden Frieden. Ball played in. Frieden just trying to get a run on, but no runners were there as it finds its way all the way back to Austin Van Engelman.
Ball just holding up in the turf.
Substitution now being made as Tony Soto returns to the game, replacing Jonathan Robles on this left side. As we've said, this is West Sioux's first trip to the state soccer tournament in team history, boys or girls. They started their program in 2008. Their head coach, Steve Tepete, was a freshman on that first West Sioux team. So bringing the ball down the field. Find itself at the foot of Ashelman. Ashelman passes it back.
That's a little bit better, spraying the ball around, switching play.
Micah Zabrigan down to the end line. Just taken away by Dylan Cervantes, but it'll be a North Fayette throw-in deep in territory. Substitution. Jesus Pisano coming into the game, replacing Isaac Hernandez. Ball played in short. Brigham plays across off of the back of Cervantes. Will be a corner upcoming. Andre Fuentes in to take this. Just 2:30 left to play here in the first half of the 1A quarterfinal.
Falcons need to be a little more disciplined there. They nearly gave away a free kick. They can't afford to, especially at this time of the game. Just
high lofted ball, and Van Engelman coming out to claim just as he did on the early quarter kick.
Van Engelman did really well there. Lofted balls are easier to deal with. I'd like to see a whip ball played in.
Tony Soto just tripped up there by Andre Fuentes. Free kick incoming for the Falcons. Less than 2 minutes for either team to get on the board once more and really change momentum going into the break. Kick taken by Flores Topete. In deep. And that will roll around the box and ultimately find its way into Trey Frieden. Jonathan Flores Topete got up, but just unable to get a head onto it.
I was actually looking for Oscar Robles.
Ashelman now just stopped by Tranquilo. Flores Topete does a phenomenal job and will play this deep once again. Finds its way to Oscar Robles. Robles with the shot, and he'll keep that one down compared to his other ones, but loses quite a lot of power as that rolls just to the hands of Trey Frieden.
Look at the distance between the lines here.
1 minute remains in the first
They're
half.
playing with a sweeper. Tranquilo Flores.
Kilo Flores sending it all the way down to Jonathan Flores Topete. Will be an offside call there on Flores Topete. It's his second of the game already.
Andre Fuentes, the center back, playing a sweeper role. Dropped really deep. He's on the edge of the penalty area. On the toes of his goalkeeper.
Kyler White taking that kick. Just 20 seconds left, maybe just time for one more attack. Bringen will send that in. Kilo Flores Pete deals with it nicely and sends it all the way back down the field once again. With 10 seconds left, surely not enough time for anything to happen.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
that will do it for the first half of play between the North Fayette Valley Tigerhawks and the West Sioux Falcons. Tigerhawks lead 2-1, and we will take a quick break, and when we get back, we will go over the first half. You're watching the Iowa High School Soccer Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
We watch sports to see the unexpected. We play sports to feel something. Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. But our reputation wasn't given to us, it was earned. We are the rising stars, the grinders, the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. From the backyards and backfields to the back rooms and backstage, we put in the work, and we're starting to reap the rewards. We've got events wacky and wild. Big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the essence are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the quarterfinals here at County Soccer Complex in Des Moines. The quarterfinals are free to view here through the IHSAA. IHSAA is proud to be able to highlight student athletes and schools in an easy and accessible way with production from the Central Iowa Sports Network. Justin, it's been a very even game, a very fast-played game despite the slow start as North Fayette Valley leads West Sioux 2-1. What did you see in that first half?
It's 100 miles an hour right now at times, very direct, just reactional in moments of the game, just playing the ball forward. They need to save energy levels. But, we're talking about kids that are trying to get goals, want to get forward, want to press, lots of gaps between the lines. We had the opening goal, and I thought, is this going to open up here for West Sioux Falcons? Oscar Robles did really well. And then after that, everything he got, he just wanted to shoot. But then I was really impressed with the Sky Blues. I'm calling them Sky Blues just because of the kit and everything. I think it's really cool. But North Fayette Valley started to build into the game, and they have some quality. I do like, players like Andre Fuentes and Ashelman who've got the penalty. So we've got the penalty and then the goal. Andre Fuentes on the rebound, lucky with that one as well. And then obviously the second goal, I'm really, really impressed with this player, Cameron Brody Schubach on the left-hand side. He's got a bit of skill about him. He's got an edge as well. I'd like to see him take on defenders a little more and fact, I wouldn't mind seeing him on the right-hand side because I think they need to run at West Sioux's left back, Dylan Cervantes, and then obviously he's supported by the holding midfielder there, Fabricio Topito. But then let's look at a little bit here of West Sioux. Do they have some quality players that can maybe play, technical players? Yeah, I think they've got the ability, but they've got to use it to their strengths. You know, I would see them more numbers round the ball, quick combination passes, opening up North Fayette, but they have to apply it. They've got to do it. Also overhit the ball. Again, I've said it all day. The grass is long, and it can cause fatigue, especially running on this as well. But they're running too much. I'll go back to that saying: run when you need to, protect space when you need to, pick your moments to go forward. It's pointless chasing and wasting energy sometimes.
It's been a very tightly contested game, and before we go to break, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the volunteers and individuals that make this and every IHSAA state tournament possible. The IHSAA is made up of 15 full-time staff members. At this time, we'd like to introduce you to that staff.
We've got a phenomenal staff, and they're very committed to not just our 360 some schools, but the 70,000 male athletes that we provide programs for. That's what we try to keep in focus as much as possible, and that keeps us going. That's the fuel that kind of makes that train run.
Been with the Athletic Association 22 years. Currently one of the assistant directors under Mr. Keating, and serve in the capacity working with our student outreach services, and also am the bowling administrator, former golf administrator, and then work with our corporate sponsors and advertisers with regard to association publications, website.
So currently I'm the administrator for football, swimming, and track and field. As part of that, it's helping schools and officials with rules interpretations, organizing the state events at our different venues, communicating with officials, hiring officials, and assigning officials for the postseason competition.
I'm the director of officials, and then I'm also the sport administrator for wrestling and golf.
I help manage all the officials in the state of Iowa, make sure they're fully registered and have all their stuff completed prior to the season's beginning and the postseason.
Right now I oversee I administer sports of basketball and soccer.
So assistant director here at State Association. I'm a sports administrator for cross country, tennis, and baseball. I do our student advisory group, and I'm one of the 3 directors that helps with eligibility.
I am an administrative assistant here at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. I help out with the enrollment in beds and participation survey and the co-op sharing agreements for schools.
My position's evolved because our communication method has switched completely online from a print or driven organization that had its own print shop to now ADs online, supers online, fans online, parents online, students online. Everybody wants to see everything, so our website became our priority. Social media exploded because it had to. We've had to digitize our operations, and so as communications director, that means coming up with a lot of new things and new ways to do things.
Internal employee type things, benefits, payrolls, things like that. I do the internal financial statements.
I assist in the accounting department, so I assist Jess as the director of finance. So I deal with all our accounts receivables and our accounts payables, and I am also assisting her with the online ticketing program, Hometown Ticketing.
I specialize kind of in the student leadership realm and help Chad with some of his workshops and registration behind the scenes. I line up meals at tournaments, hotel rooms, that kind of thing for our board. I'm just kind of the one that learns a little bit of everything and helps wherever I can.
I do all the design work, and then of course print the programs and anything else that needs printed.
I think my primary roles are vision. Where do we want to go? What do we want to be to our schools and our young people? Also, be the public face of the Athletic Association, be the connection between this office and the general public.
I think people often have a misconception of how many people are in this building. I mean, even people in Boone don't understand, no, there's only 14 of us.
When you're a staff of our size, we've got to work together. You can't be in a silo, just kind of hunker down on your part of this. We've got to bounce things off of each other. We have to collaborate. We've got to share ideas, and we've got to jump in and help where we're needed. We've got a leadership meeting every week, and we make sure we go through everything and anything that we should be discussing and trying to figure out how are we going to do this. We have a lot of fun doing what we're doing. Why wouldn't we? We're around sports all day.
For me.
Welcome back to the state quarterfinal here between West Sioux and North Fayette Valley. We are right underway in this second half. Ball deep played in for Schubach. And Thomas Campbell joined by Justin Vorster here. Both teams keeping their same starting lineups. Oscar Robles showing his speed down there on the left side. He did that a lot in this first half. Israel Tepete with the shot there, just deflected out for a corner. Opportunity here for West Sioux to retake this lead. And if you've heard me say the name Tepete a lot today, that is because 16 kids on the rosters are direct blood relations to the coach. There are 4 sets of brothers playing a very familial team for West Sioux. It'll be Oscar Robles to take this corner.
Good ball in.
Ball in will find its way back. Or to Jonathan Robles. Appeals for penalty there, but none given. Jonathan Robles back on the ball in the right corner. Working against Declan Hines. And he'll get through with some fancy footwork. Here comes the cross. Just a little off of his foot there.
Jonathan Robles does all the hard work and then finishes off with that. All he had to do was drive it across the penalty area, a little cut back with a bit of pace.
West Sioux started fairly quick in the first half. Looked to be doing that again here in this second half. Just 2 minutes gone, already an opportunity.
That's when Robles scored the goal in the first half. He had that opportunity earlier on, just down on the left-hand side there.
Jonathan Flores Tepete now with the ball. We'll find it all the way down to Alan Flores in another dangerous position. That ball headed in for Oscar Robles, but he's just unable to get a proper foot on it. Out, and here comes Carter Marks on the counterattack for North Fayette Valley. Marks doing well to get all the way down the sideline, just stopped up by Dylan Cervantes. So he'll send that out of bounds. And Ashelman looking to get that to Andre Fuentes, and it will fall to Brody Schubach. Schubach, the shot blocked by Jonathan Robles. That ball nearly found its way through to Oscar Robles there.
The overload at the back with 3v2, a little bit too much, yeah.
Ball in the hands of Isaac Hernandez now, giving that over to Schubach. Hernandez doesn't get the ball back on the overlap as it's stolen away by Jonathan Robles. Robles with the nutmeg there. Just battling with Brody Schubach on the side, and go out for a throw-in for the Sky Blues. Starkweather sending a deep pass in there for Isaac Hernandez, will trickle out of bounds. Austin Van Engelhoven will have his first goal kick of the second half. Van Engelhoven having a very solid game, having stopped the penalty and dealt with corners very well. Was just unlucky on the goal as it was placed in the perfect spot by Brody Schubach.
He's dealt well with the aerial balls and corners. Brave coming up to receive them with both hands. But I tell you what, Thomas, I think there's going to be another couple of goals in this game, just the way it's going and how it's opened up. And look at the space in the midfield, not being filled in. And that's just move with the ball, connect with the lines.
Ball finds its way out to Jonathan Robles with some fancy footwork there. Gets it all the way in, and now it's Alan Flores. And Kyler White just able to get to that and send it out for the corners. Flores attempted to play a cross into the box there.
Good lunging tackle there from Kyler White. Winning the ball.
Be Jonathan Robles to take this corner once again. Last corner for the Falcons was dangerous as Robles takes this low-driven ball. Brody Schupach gets it all the way up to Lincoln Ashelman.
Two center backs, both of them behind Ashelman. They didn't have one behind, one in front, just screening the ball. The extra play in the midfield, that could have been dealt with just with a bit of discipline.
That ball played in by Rigo Lopez. Now in the hands of Oscar Robles, unable to find anyone. Isaac Hernandez out with it on the left. And as using his body against Alan Flores, but just too heavy of a touch, gives away the throw-in.
Hernandez did get his head up, looking for one of the forwards to stretch the line, which what did happen with Brody Schubach. Then opted to carry the ball.
Jonathan Robles just taken down there by Andon Starkweather. Another dangerous opportunity for Omar Rivera to send this ball into the box and equalize. Just 6 minutes gone off the clock here in this second half. Rivera will set. Fire that in towards the back post. Several players up to get that. No one able to get a clean head on it. Now it's coming back the other way. Lincoln Ashelman with the ball. Just loses it underfoot, but is able to get it all the way down the line. Two Micahs are bringing. So bring in with the cross, and that'll head right out of bounds for a goal kick.
Ashelman just picking his head up, losing his footings, then slowing the game down, allowing the white jerseys of West Sioux to get back.
Rivera just fires that down the field to Jonathan Flores Tepete. Able to get a foot on it, but Israel Tepete back now, and Isaac Hernandez driving down the line will send a long ball in for Brody Schubach. Schubach the cross, but right to the hands of Austin Van Engelhoven.
Isaac Hernandez actually had enough time and space to cut into the central areas. Schubach did a great job pulling the defenders away, making them a forward run into the channel.
Kyler White does well there to just head the ball back to Trey Fruden as Oscar Robles was headed straight for it. Ashelman with a phenomenal touch, but once again loses it underfoot. But Starkweather's there to win the ball back, and Lincoln Ashelman takes down Dylan Cervantes there behind the play.
Tepete just coming back in to recover. Great control out of the air from Ashelman.
West Sioux got forward early, but North Fayette Valley just growing into this half a little bit. 32 minutes left to play. Ball sent in. Bounce around and eventually find itself at the foot of Entre Fuentes. Fuentes just tripped up from behind by Israel Tepete. Tepete not happy with the call, thought it was a little bit of a dive. Now the card coming out for Israel Tepete. That was quite a late card, but Tepete must come out and serve the suspension, which means Tony Soto will return to the game.
I think he got the yellow for verbal, talking back to the referee. If you're going to get a yellow, get it for the right reasons. That's weak. Now you're carrying a yellow. Two players on yellows, Jonathan Flores Tepete, and same with Israel.
No, it will not be Tony Soto. Instead, Bruno Duenas coming into the game for the first time as that ball is played deep. Just cleared out, but Ashelman seemed to be caught there. And Ashelman down.
That's commitment.
Seems to be holding his stomach.
Yeah, I think he's slightly winded there.
Lincoln Ashelman, the leading scorer for the Tiger Hawks, has been dangerous up there all day. Drew the penalty early. It's being tended to now. Ashelman has 29 goals and 10 assists on the season.
He's very, very brave. Going into close down, took the impact of the ball.
Would be quite the loss for the Tiger Hawks, but Ashelman is back up and moving. It's like he will come off. Several subs to be made here for North Fayette Valley. The Kendrick White returning to the game, as well as with Jesus Pisano. Both freshmen coming in.
Should be a drop ball, which should be delivered back to the goalkeeper of West Sioux.
Kendrick White coming on first. We are back underway. That is controlled by Lopez.
Look at the gaps between the lines.
Flores now playing it deep, and the header from Hines will find its way over to Jonathan Robles. Robles just working down the line. Trying to force anything. Gets the cross into Flores Tepete, who is just knocked off the ball by Kyler White, who does a phenomenal job there to knock Flores Tepete off the ball and then take that out wide.
Kyler White showing his strength there.
Flores getting around Hines there, at least attempting to. Going out for another Falcons throw-in.
Declan Hines using his frame to shield the ball.
That throw, and just a foul throw, looked like Jonathan Robles stepped onto the field as taking that. That is a mistake that you don't really want to see at this age.
Schoolboy error. It happens at the pro levels and that. Just a slight lack of concentration.
Substitutions now for each team. So it will be
Jesus Pisano coming in.
Replacing Isaac Hernandez. Be Bruno Duenas there coming on following the foul. Oscar Robles now with the ball at his feet has not been as effective here as he was in the first half, not being able to find the ball.
Turning into pressures when Fuentes was right there behind him winning it, playing the ball forward. He just needs someone up front, North Fayette, to hold on to the ball. Just hold that play the midfield into the game.
Declan Hines with a deep throw there, just headed away by Omar Rivera. Now, here is Flores Tepete getting behind. That is just sent out of bounds.
Great recovery.
Tyler
Great
White
recovery tackle.
Does just well enough to get a foot in there. Flores Tepete was flying towards the goal. Will be Duenas in to take this corner kick. 28 minutes left to play. 28 minutes left for West Sioux to find an equalizer. Ball low and just out of bounds.
That's poor. You've got to use the set pieces to your advantage. But going back to Kyler White, could take a little bit less stress off him with recovery runs by doing the right thing in front of the ball with positioning. That would help, although he's athletic and can get back. Test your defender. Make sure you angling the attacking player outside, inside. Try not to be too square on your toes.
Ball just played up the line, sent out of bounds. Is out for another West Sioux throw-in. Game's starting to slow down a little bit. Appears fatigue might be setting in as when Flores has it. Send it over to Jonathan Robles. Robles cutting in. Back over to Alan Flores. Flores down the line for Lopez. Lopez just losing it. Sent away by Carter Marks.
Lopez turning into pressure. I'd love to see him take players on down the line. Well read there.
Marks now giving it up for White. And Flores Tepete right there to clear it away.
Flores Tepete playing as a sweeper in the old system.
Handball there. Ball played in early for Jonathan Flores Tepete, but right into the hands of Trey Frieden coming out to claim that. Doing well, staying off his line.
It was well read there by Friedman.
Alan Flores now with it, has been dangerous this half, getting it forward. Brody Shipback just back to claim that, does well.
Did his job, just tracking back to just nick the ball slightly. Again, too much space, the back line's dropping off. That's when you need to check in to receive at feet. Take them away. Kendrick White should have checked in to receive at feet.
Substitutions here for both teams. Ashelman will return for the Tiger Hawks, as will Starkweather in the midfield. Be Tony Soto coming back in for the Falcons. Andre Fuentes sending that in deep. And just cleared away by Flores Tepete up to on Alan Flores. There, Jonathan Robles just taking out on Andre Fuentes there. So he went up to get the ball, and dangerous opportunity here. North Fayette Valley has a lot of height, and they have the ability to get up and go at the ball.
Taking his time, no rush at this point, being 2-1 up.
Will be Kyler White to take this. Austin Van Engelman has dealt with high balls very well, as White just plays that towards the back post. Starkweather able to get back on the ball.
Yeah, Declan Hines to his left, 5 yards away, could have played a short pass. It's just expected all the time that the ball's going to be launched into the penalty area.
That ball just headed away by Flores Tepete, and very well in his center back role today.
Schuback was just lurking off the center back's shoulder. Could have been dangerous. Did well on the blind side there. Tranquilo Flores Tepete did really well.
Jonathan Robles just tripped up there. Be visibly frustrated.
He's asking for a substitution. That could just be emotional, to be honest with you.
Tranquilino, Flores Tepete to take this. He'll drive that into the box. Just headed away. Being bounced around, it finds itself at the feet of Jonathan Robles once again, working against Pisano. Just Pisano able to draw the foul from Jonathan Robles, and it's coming right back. Ball just played down into the corner and touched out. Will be another corner kick. Falcons with a real opportunity here. Substitution as Broden Frieden will return to the game. Throw-in rather. That tempted to get to Oscar Robles, and he's just been held in check today by the Sky Blues, especially in this second half. Ashelman now with it. just sent away by Flores Tepete.
Flores Tepete clears the ball, sprints back into his position. His role is the sweeper.
Ball played down, stopped by Cervantes.
Look how much space Fuentes has. Someone's got to come short, keep the ball flowing, keep it short.
Now that ball in for Oscar Robles, finally getting the ball at his feet. He's got a lot of speed here. Just looking for Jonathan Flores Tepete, unable to get it into him. Ball comes back out to Alan Flores. Jonathan Robles was replaced by Rigo Lopez at that last stoppage. Be Risto Tepete sending it out to Lopez.
Good block. They get the right type of pass into.
And here comes Israel Tepete. He goes down. Penalty. Looked like not a lot of contact there, but Israel Tepete managing to draw it, and very similar to the penalty from earlier. But now West Sioux with the chance to equalize here.
Big moment here. Big moment. Who's going to step up? We knew he was going to step up.
It will be Oscar Robles, the tied leading scorer following his goal earlier. Robles, the chance to equalize. And it's saved! A massive save there. And Lopez sends it over the bar. Trey Frieden, the hero. A massive save on the penalty. Dove right, guessed right. Oscar Robles unable to equalize. Rigo Lopez unable to put the rebound in.
Phenomenal. Oscar Robles didn't mess around with the strike. Struck it with some venom and power. Friedman diving to his right. What a save. What a save. You had to take the impact of that ball. The rebound skied over the crossbar by Rigo Lopez. Is that the changing factor? Could be. Would this change the momentum here for North Fayette? Will they start to stream forward, looking to extend their lead? This is what motivates players.
Halfway through this final half of play in this 1A quarterfinal game. Ball just being bounced around a little bit as it finds its way up to Schubach. That ball played over the head of Ashelman. Back to Schubach now. Some fancy footwork there from Brody Schubach. It's Declan Hines with it. Hines plays it into Pisano. That ball in for Schubach and just set out of bounds by Tranquilo Flores Tepete, not taking any risks, giving up the corner.